Well, I'll bet most of you really look forward to your mom's cooking, don't you?
Yeah!
Yes, especially when you're really, really hungry. But can you imagine what it would be like if you had nowhere to go for your meals? That would really be scary, wouldn't it? Yes, it would. Well, our story today is about a man who experienced exactly that, and his name was Elijah. And he was a prophet of God.
The king didn't like Elijah.
That's right. The king worshiped an idol named Baal. And God sent Elijah to tell him there would be no more rain as a punishment for his disobedience.
The God of Israel is dead, and Baal has taken his place. And tonight we dedicate this temple to the God of the sky, who alone has the power to bring rain and make Israel prosper. Long live Baal!
Just then, the doors of the temple swung open.
It was Elijah.
Are you? Turn away from the worship of Baal, Ahab, or as the Lord lives, he will curse the land.
So, you're one of the prophets. I thought we put an end to your kind. No matter. We shall settle the issue here and now.
Listen and hear me well, Ahab. As the God of Israel liveth, there shall be no rain until I, Elijah, call on the Lord to deliver it.
He was almost out the door when the king's wife screamed.
Kill him! Kill him!
Elijah had to run for his life. The king was really, really mad at him.
Find Elijah.
Hi, Elijah, quick!
But God always looks after those who love him.
Elijah, I'm not afraid to die, Lord.
Go eastward, Elijah, and hide thyself at the brook Cherith.
So Elijah went away to the place God had told him about. It was a very lonely place. Elijah was the only person there. The brook gave him plenty of water, but what would he do for food? Elijah was starting to get very, very hungry when suddenly he looked up into the sky, and guess what?
God sent the birds to feed him.
Thank you, Lord. I'm humbled by your love for me.
Day after day went by, and still there was no rain. The soil got very dry everywhere. Even the brook where Elijah got his water dried up. It was getting harder and harder for Elijah to find enough water to drink. But God didn't forget Elijah.
He always took care of him.
Elijah, arise and prepare to leave this place.
Where shall I go, Lord? To the temple again? Where?
To the village Zarephath.
Zarephath. Lord, I will stay here or in Zarephath for as long as you say, but what about King Ahab? What about the people? I want to help them, Lord.
Go to Zarephath, Elijah. A widow woman will sustain you there.
Since there had been no rain for years, the sun had dried up all the fruit and trees and crops.
There was nothing left to eat.
A poor widow in Zarephath had only enough food left for one meal. Then she and her son would die of starvation. It made her very sad.
Mother, I'm hungry.
I know you are, dear. It won't be long now.
Suddenly she heard someone and looked up.
It was Elijah, and he was hungry and thirsty too.
May I bother you for a cup of water?
I don't have much.
And a morsel of bread, if you could.
I don't have any bread. I was gathering these sticks to prepare my last handful of meal. After that, my son and I will die.
Dear woman, if you will feed me first, I promise you, in the name of the Lord God of Israel, you will have food until this famine is through.
It was a tough decision for the lady. Should she give him the only food she had left?
Trust God. Give it to Elijah.
She took the last little bit of flour and oil she had left and baked a small piece of bread with it. When it was done, she pulled it out of her oven.
Give it to Elijah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You see what happens when we honor God and put Him first? God blessed her way more than she could ever imagine. But what if she had been selfish and kept it all for herself?
She would have missed out on God's blessings.
Remember, boys and girls, that if you put God first, He will always look after you. And think for a minute, is there someone you know, a neighbor or your sister or brother that you could share your toys with, even share some of your food with? God doesn't want us to be selfish. He wants us to trust Him and share all of our blessings with our neighbors and our friends and our families, doesn't He?
Yeah.